Good evening, everybody, and thank you for joining us for today's Express webinar on the Viz Vascular Solution. So today we're going to be covering two items. First and foremost, we're going to begin with an overview of our Viz Vascular Solution presented by Aaron Prasad, our Director of Vascular Sales. And then we'll move into a recap of our recent real-world evidence presented by Jamie Strauss, our Chief Clinical Officer. Now, with that, I'll hand the reins over to Aaron Prasad.
Thank you, Stephanie. My name is Aaron Prasad, and I'm the Director of Vascular Sales. Along with me is Jamie Strauss, our Chief Clinical Officer. Jamie will recap the real-world evidence of Viz AORTIC. If at any point during the presentation you have any questions, please enter them within the chat. We'll also allow for time at the end of the presentation for questions and answers. Viz is aligned with your hospital goals: improve patient outcomes, increase efficiencies, advance research, reduce employee burnout, and ultimately get the right patient to the right place at the right time. Viz currently serves 1,200 hospitals throughout the United States. These include hospital systems, academic hospitals, and large integrated networks. A standard workflow prior to Viz.ai looks something similar to this. Patient presents to the hospital, a series of tests are ordered, specialists are consulted, and if treatment is necessary and ordered, that process took over 3 hours. A study out of Mount Sinai showed that once Viz.ai powered workflow was introduced to their system, door in to treatment was reduced to just 55 minutes. The way the system works is very simple. Patient enters a CT scanner, images are sent to the Viz.ai cloud pre-packs. If criteria is met, your care team receives an alert on their phone, and that entire process took 36 seconds. Once within the app, your care team has the ability to view images, coordinate care, and activate the teams, all within a HIPAA-compliant platform. Viz AORTIC was designed to accelerate treatment decisions. Type A and Type B are currently AI-powered. AAA is 510K pending. Regardless of the AI power, the dynamic image viewer can be utilized to view all aortic pathologies. Although tonight's presentation is on Viz AORTIC, within the Viz Vascular Solution also has a Viz Pulmonary Embolism solution. AI-powered, as you would expect with Viz AORTIC, the ability to view patient images, including RV-LV ratios, and communicate within a HIPAA-compliant platform. I'll take a few moments to go over the Viz AI demo with you. As mentioned previously, if criteria is met, an alert appears on your care team's phone. Those alerts appear via push or SMS, notification, or both. Once within the patient jacket, relevant clinical information is found: patient name, sex, MRN, and location in which the scan took place. You can also view the images via 3D, change MIPS, axial view, and sagittal views. Relevant clinical information is available within the app and can be manually manipulated as the patient progresses through your system. If determination is made to activate the team, that can be done so by the touch of one button within the app. Communication can begin within your teams, again, all HIPAA compliant. In summary, the system is fast, accurate, relevant, and accessible to all your team members. Now that we've reviewed the clinical advantages of the Viz AI system, I'd like to let you know that our healthcare economics team can help maximize the offering for you. They can work with you to identify your top referring institutions based on your historical data, projections, and also demonstrate the financial impact the system can have to your facility. The pie chart on the right shows Hospital X. Patients presented to Hospital X, and for follow-up, 44% of the time did not return to the same facility. In summary, the benefits of Viz AI provides early detection and treatment, the ability to refer patients for follow-up, accelerated treatment decisions, and the reduction of unnecessary costs and patient leakage. With that, I'll turn this over to Jamie Strauss to review real-world validation of deep learning AI-based detection for the aortic dissection algorithm.
Thanks, Aaron. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for your time tonight. Really excited to share with you some real-world evidence that we had presented at Viz a couple weeks ago. There is so much AI out in the world, and one of the things that I really focus on with my clinical team and at Viz is making sure that we're validating the AI that's going out. We know that the quality of the AI is very important, as well as what is the impact that it has in the real world workflow. A lot of times when the FDA validation study is done, you'll see the results that come out. But when we start disseminating it across multiple centers, there's a lot of shifts in how the algorithm and the AI is performing. So we really work to make sure we're continuing to validate that what we're putting out into the world is helpful and valuable for patients and clinicians. So we did a large retrospective multi-center study, and the objective was really to evaluate the performance of the dissection algorithm across diverse clinical settings. When we talk about diverse clinical settings, we know that there is differences in that community settings, rural settings, academic settings. So we wanted to really make sure we are capturing multiple areas of information so we could analyze. There was, aortic dissection is so important because we know it's associated with such high rates of morbidity and mortality. And we know that for every hour that passes, that mortality increases 1% to 2% if it's not treated appropriately. So the AI helps to triage those patients up to the appropriate team to make them aware so they can start coordinating care and transferring those patients. We also know that early diagnosis and prompt intervention greatly improves those patients' outcomes. So here's a summary of the study that was performed. So we looked at 1,303 retrospective collected chest and thoracic abdominal images from over 200 US cities. They began with a mix of patients which were with and without aortic dissection, and mostly consecutive studies so we could examine the real world evidence of that. From there, we ran them through the algorithm, and then we did an analysis to see what the true positive and true negatives were and the ground truth of that. You can see that we had 137 true positive and 1,166 true negatives. And these were all confirmed by, we had 3 board certified radiologists doing the annotation and validating the results. Can go to the next slide, Erin. So here are the results that we did release. So you could see from those scans that we had 89.5% of them were dissection negative, and 137 or 10.5% were dissection positive. We saw pretty high sensitivity and specificity, 94.2% sensitivity, 97.3% specificity, and a PPV of 80%, and an MPV of 99.3%. From the false negatives, when we did a further analysis and looked at it at that center as to what were some of the challenges with that, they were really largely complex cases. And 32 of the false positives were typically a result of imaging quality. So, as you go out into different community settings, if they don't have the most up-to-date image quality, that will impact the outcome of the scans and the results. Go ahead, Erin. So the big clinical takeaway from us was these findings really showed significant real-world validation of the Viz aortic dissection outside of what we had seen in the FDA validation study. The technology has a positive downstream effect on early diagnosis, rapid patient triage, and timely initiation of life-saving interventions. We're currently working on a number of real-world studies that focus on the workflow to truly understand how AI can help get patients treated that most appropriately and as fast as possible when this time savings is needed. We're looking forward to releasing a lot of new real-world evidence in the new year through a number of abstracts and at different conferences. Go to the next slide, Erin. 2 additional announcements I want to share. At Viz, we have made an announcement that we have partnered with Illuminate. We're really excited about this partnership and really kind of bridging the end-to-end clinical workflow for aortic patients and making sure that we are capturing all of the patients that really need to be treated. And in addition, we are pending 510K pending our AAA algorithm. So we expect that early release in the new year. So if you'd like any more information about that, feel free to reach out to us and we're happy to talk through that.
Are we planning on doing anything similar for pulmonary embolism in terms of real-world evidence?
Yes, we currently have a number of concurrent studies running, some that will look on the validation of the algorithm. And again, that large multi-center focusing on sensitivity, specificity, PPV, and how the algorithm performs. But we have a number of workflow studies. We actually have early data that came out of one of our sites that we're working to publish, and we actually saw they do a huge amount of volume in the center, but we saw with just the addition of Viz in a short amount of time, they were able to decrease time of imaging to complete to time to treatment of 6 hours, which was pretty significant. So we're looking forward to partnering with our centers to continue to do more validation. Here's one of our wonderful centers. Hi, Dr. Muck, how are you?
Hey,
Dr. Muck.
Jamie, Aaron, and Stephanie, how are you?
Thanks for joining.
Yeah,
Dr. Muck.
I caught the tail end of it, Jamie. Thanks. I thought that was a awesome presentation. I missed if Aaron, if you presented, but thanks for inviting me in. I've got a few minutes here. It sounds like I came in at the right time because somebody asked about PE, which is really our wheelhouse here in Cincinnati. So, I'd be happy to answer any questions about our particular program or just give you kind of a 30,000-foot view of our experience, which has been nothing but positive. And I guess before I say anything like that, I have nothing to disclose other than we're super excited about this technology, and it's really helped us a lot. We utilize it for PE, and it's just I found it to be so efficient, so quick. Literally within a minute of getting a notification, I can scroll through and I can tell you whether or not this is a candidate that we need to be treating or at least offer treatment. So I think that it's incredible technology. It's way quicker for us. I don't have a workstation at home. So when I get a call and I get asked about a patient, I got to log on to this damn laptop. Usually I got to go through about 10 different firewalls. Usually I get dropped somewhere or I forget a password. And it takes about 15 minutes to actually pull the CT up through our system. All I do is within a minute, I can tell you if this is somebody I need to activate our team to get in for treatment or not. So yeah, it's really exciting. I don't have any experience with AORTIC. We're going to have it soon enough, hopefully in the beginning of 2023. But yeah, I have nothing but positive things to say about the PE application. And not only is it quick and efficient, but I don't know how you judge something like this, but I feel like our communication amongst the specialists is way better than ever because it's just a big group text message and you have all the information. So, I don't have anything else to add other than that. And thanks. I think this is incredible technology.
Dr. Buck, can I ask a question around that? How has the technology and the ability to view images, in real time helped impact your workflow, but also for you from a burnout perspective?
Burnout, I'll take the second one first. Like I said, burnout is simple. I mean, it's made it so easy to log on. And like I said, within no time, not only can I pull the CT scan up, but the imaging is way better than what I can get on my phone through Epic as well. So, from a burnout perspective, it just takes out the frustration at 2 a.m. trying to log on to this damn laptop. And like I said, you got to go through all those different passwords and connections. I can just pull my phone over in bed, and in no time I can tell whether or not we're going to have to go in or I have to notify our trainees, to get the ball rolling. And as far as, what was the other question? Something about, is it made it more efficient? Is that what you said?
Just overarching coordination of care. How has it impacted your workflow?
I mean, if you give me time, I'll pull it up. I got on our app here. It's super cool because you can, in no time, you're communicating with everybody on a group text that's HIPAA compliant. And so everyone, is on board with this, from our pulmonologist to our intensivist, everyone. And it's just really been a hell of a, it just makes it so much quicker and easier. And it takes out the headaches of trying to figure out who's on call and things like that. So I have nothing but positive things to say. And like I said, I have nothing to disclose other than I really think that folks ought to embrace this technology because it allows for connectivity and even more rapid communication.
Dr. Mook, I remember when we were first talking about PE, one of the reasons that you wanted to bring in the technology was because you were losing a lot of patients out of the system and you wanted to capture them and bring them into your clinic and make sure you capture them. Has that technology proven to help you track and bring those patients and pull them in and keep them in the system?
I think that not only is it done that, but it also it makes it more efficient. So rather than get called with RV, LV of 1 and the troponins normal and the BNP's normal, and then we got to go see that consult, and you're like, hey, medical therapy alone, in no time what everybody's thinking. So I think it's really not only kind of brought patients in, but it's made it way more efficient and directed too, rather than see 10 consults and we intervene on 1 or 2. Now you see 3 and you intervene on 1 or 2. So it's really streamlined the care, no doubt about it.
Thank you.
Dr. Muck, on the days that you're on call, how has this allowed impacted from a work-life balance perspective to be further away from home while still on call?
Yeah, well, like I said, it's simple.
Your laptop.
When you can load up and go through your CT scan in no time on your phone here, as opposed to pack ratting this laptop and then trying to get, I gotta get on my hotspot on my phone if I'm at a kid's soccer game or lacrosse game and whatnot. You got to get on your hotspot, then you got to log on. Then again, you go through, I'm exaggerating, 14, it's probably 12, just kidding, different passwords and whatnot. It just makes it so much easier because you don't have to worry about taking your laptop or how far away from home are you. All the information's right there for you.
Thank you for that. Another question came in from a time perspective. How much quicker are you now triaging patients from the emergency department?
I don't know how you quantitate that, but again, it's so much easier because you know who's on call. You're not calling the ICU asking, is Chris on call? Who's the pulmonologist on call or the intensivist? Everybody who's on is on this. So I can't really quantitate that, I don't think. And I don't know how you would do that. All I can tell you is that anecdotally, you know what everybody's thinking in real time. And again, in the middle of the night, that's awesome. Who wants to get up at 3 a.m? I'm getting old. I'm 52. Once I'm up, it's hard for me to go back and sleep. So if I can log on, see what the intensivists are thinking, look at the CAT scan, and then roll back over and try to go to sleep, that's a lot better than getting up for 15, 20 minutes, coming to this office and getting on this computer. So it's hard to judge, but it definitely allows for quicker communication, connectivity, and the imaging. If I don't know who's on this call right now, but the imaging's crazy. It's way better than what I have through Epic through my system.
Can you talk a little bit about that? Because there was a question that came in around that from the audience. How is the image quality you are viewing on your phone?
I don't know. Can you see this? I don't know. It's pretty doggone good. I mean, it's incredible. Like you'll tell in no time from a PE, is it saddle? Is it lobar? Is it subsegmental? And you can tell, the imaging is incredible. It's way better than Epic that I have on this computer. And you'll be able to tell, in no time if you can offer therapy or not. And again, the other thing that I don't know if you guys touched upon it, I hopped on late, but you can set your RV, LV, whatever you want. You could set it at 0.9. You can set it at 1.1. Ours is 1.2. You could set it at 1.6, whatever you want. And it's accurate too. It's not AI's for real. It's pretty impressive, actually.
Thank you very much, Dr. Muck. Any other questions from the panel?
No. Appreciate you sharing your experience.
Hey, no worries. No worries. Thanks. Like I said, sorry I'm late. I got to get going. I'm on call, but I just want to hop on and kind of give our experience. And as I said, I have nothing to disclose. So it's a cool product. So you guys have a wonderful evening. I got to get rolling though. Okay.
Thank you, Dr. Muck. You have a great evening.
All right. See you.
Thank you, everyone who joined the webinar. Should you have any additional questions or would like follow up, please reach out to your rep, or you can visit our website and request information from there, and we'll have someone contact you immediately. Thank you for your time, and we appreciate your involvement. Have a great evening.
Thank you.